Okay, it's been a few days, but we are back and playing more chess. I'm white, which is kind of what I wanted for this game. I want to practice the Vienna opening. So um, typically, I would play it against this move, e5, but regardless, I'm still just going to um, really just kind of practice this opening. So when this pawn comes out, I think what I'd like to do is resolve some of that tension here by taking. Obviously, this move can come in next, which is a little bit annoying, but let's save that. So I'm going to go ahead and take, just to, like I said, resolve some of this tension here. Push this pawn up. I'm expecting maybe this move, and in that case, I can just come here. It's pretty aggressive, so then like this move is a possibility. But let's yeah, let's just get the knight to safety. Okay, so that's fine. So now I'm going to bring my bishop to g2. The next thing I'm going to do is bring this knight out. Okay, so knight's out, but being protected by the bishop. So now knight to e2. This pawn push is coming soon. That'll be my next move, if not castling. Let's see what he does first. Maybe this. I might be thinking about this, so I can take the pawn if that happens. Okay, so two attackers on the knight. I think this would be a good time to liquidate the knight, or I could bring up the pawn to defend like I had planned on doing. And if there's another attacker on the knight, maybe I can do that. But yeah, like this move is part of the plan to develop the bishop anyways, and so I can do this first and then castle after. Okay, check. So I could come out here and challenge this bishop. I could try to block with the knight, but then that's opening that up. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use the bishop to block. The nice thing is if he takes, then I can get my queen to take on that square. What is that? D2. Then when I castle, the rooks will be connected, and I'll be in a pretty good position. Maybe then I can do something like this. Actually, I don't like that, because then if he takes and I take back, then I got a pawn sort of stuck here, so maybe I don't like that as much as I thought. What's coming next from him? Okay, knight. Knight's coming into the game. Developing move. Where can he go from there? He really doesn't have any great places to go from here. Maybe he's going to think about taking, and then when I don't know what he's thinking about. Well, I guess that was his best move, because his bishop, if he did anything else, his bishop would have been undefended. So, makes sense. But now I'm going to go ahead and castle, knowing that this knight doesn't have a lot of great places to go. Like I said, so if he takes and I take here, then there's this move, which I'm not worried about. I don't think there's anywhere dangerous he can go from there. dangerous with the knight at least. I don't see anything obvious. One thing I want to think about too is if he moves this knight at any point, I can go ahead and trade knights. Okay. And then I was thinking about taking the pawn with this bishop once they were out of the way. So first thing I'm going to do, let me just think about this. Probably best to take with the pawn. Because then if he pushes this pawn forward, I can take the bishop, and that's a fair trade. So we're still even on pieces. We both have pieces developed. He's pushed into my territory a good bit, but I still have, you know, some pretty strong defenders here. The only piece I have controlling the center is this pawn, so that's something to think about. I guess the knight is controlling this center square, d4. Oh, and I have this pawn on g3 controlling f4 as well. That's kind of like the extended center, I guess, this part. So not sure what he's thinking. I mean, I think taking is his best move here. Unless he's looking for some kind of tricky check. I mean, I guess alternatively taking here could be fine. Doesn't enable me to bring the queen out. It's fine by me. I'm happy to have him take extra time to think so that I can also get some extra time. Usually my opponents play really fast, so I'm thankful that this person is taking some time. I noticed they haven't castled. Oh, interesting. So defending or getting away from that attack and attacking my knight instead, creating a pin here. That's interesting. So I could do something like this, just to push the bishop out of the way and eliminate the pin. What about this move? Take, opening up this rook, potentially. That could be good. Pushing this pawn up, I think, is a fairly decent move. This is not a safe square to retreat to, nor is here, so he would either be going here or way back. So that might be nice. And then I could even push this pawn up again to try to get him to take and then get my rook active. So I think I'm gonna, let me just kind of double check here. I'm still defended pretty well here. If this pawn comes up, then I can take with this pawn, the c pawn, and open up get an open file for this rook. That's a thing. I think I like this move. Thinking about... I don't like that this pawn is sort of stuck here, and the knight is defending it, so that's pretty good. But one thing I'm thinking is when I take this bishop, I'll remove the defender on this pawn, and that will potentially give me a chance to capture it. Okay, so moving the bishop back now. So is this push... Is this the push I want to make? Take, get the rook active. Yeah, that could be good. Now if I push this forward, he can create another pin here. So that's something that I do want to keep in mind. What are my other moves? Taking is an option, but I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Or it's just not something I want to do right away. Yeah, I'd like to get this pawn out of the way so that I can maybe do take, take, take. And then if the queen takes, obviously I have my queen to defend. I want to be careful though, because this is a move, take, take. I think this would be a really good move, because if I take... Oh, no. I think we'd still be good. Yeah, this is a dangerous square for him to move to. I'm starting to see some stuff now, because moves the pawn, I take, queen comes out, and now there's a pin here, and I mean, I have my queen defending, but as soon as he does something like this, then if I take back, he gets the queen. So yeah, don't love that. That's why I think I need to take some action here. So hopefully he doesn't see that. Unless I'm reading it wrong, I think this would be a really strong move. And maybe I should have done something better to defend. Like, well, if he does anything, I can bring the rook up. Like if he pushes his pawn, I can just come rook up to f3. So that would give me another defender. But then he could take the knight. But take, then rook. Something like that. That could be an option. Wow, somehow I still have less time. I must be a extra slow player. Obviously I talk through a lot of the moves on videos like this, and I find that when I'm not doing videos, I tend to play faster, and sometimes that's actually to my detriment. I start making silly mistakes. Okay, yeah, so I think he kind of sees what's going on, creating another defender here. Also wanting to do a discovered check. So I see this. And how can I defend against this? I could just get the king out of the way. I could just move the king. That's an option. If he does this, I think that's like the move I have to do. Because I don't have anything that could... Yeah, even if I block, he's going to take here. So I think I need to move the king. So let's get the king to safety. Sneaky move, but luckily we know about discovered check. I still feel like I'm in a vulnerable position here, to be honest. And now actually if I do take, he has the option to take with queen and still keep this pawn guarded. So that was a pretty good move. Pretty good. So I'm noticing one thing about the Vienna opening is I feel like I'm having a hard time getting momentum. Okay, so let me just think here. If I take back, which is what I had sort of mentioned was the plan, if he takes here, then what happens? Queen takes here. I see that coming. So that's a free pawn. Maybe not the end of the world. When I take here, if the knight takes, then I can actually get this knight. That would be nice. Yeah, I don't have... I mean, I could push the pawn up. I mean, that bishop, that's the problem though, is the bishop can retreat to safety, and I don't want to just lose a bishop for nothing. So I think it's better to actually take back, even if he's going to get the pawn. And maybe with the king is wide open. I don't have a lot I can do to take advantage of that, unfortunately. So I feel like this is going to be too irresistible. Maybe not. Maybe he knows that his knight is guarding that. And he actually, even if he takes here and I get the knight out of the way, I don't want... Well, no, that's a free take, because if he takes me, then I can get the queen. So this would be a free pawn. So we're even on pieces. About even on time. I think I know my next move, which is just take. Even if he does something like this, I don't think I'm too worried about it. Now, if he does that and then like knight here, that could be tricky. Yeah, so I feel like this is coming next, which is going to allow him to take this pawn for free. Well, it's going to be an advantage, like an extra pawn. Oh, so I don't know if I finished that thought earlier, but what I was thinking about this Vienna game is that I just feel like my pieces were, and this is just my first time really playing it in a real game, but I feel like my pieces were sort of stuck back here, and I didn't make a lot of forward progress early enough. So let's go here. Maybe this will be too irresistible. He sees, oh, there's a pawn for a pawn. Not thinking about this, maybe. But I feel like this is coming. And unfortunately, I don't know what I would... Maybe I should have defended against that scenario better. Like, I guess I could have done something like this. I'm seeing this. I'd expect a pawn push though. But then I could do something like this, attacking the rook. I don't have anything else from there really. Okay, so he was fine with that, and my thinking here is, I wonder if I should take with the queen, putting pressure on the knight and kind of forcing him to take with his queen in trade. I don't know that he would do that. Also, let me just think about this king situation, because this king is so wide open. Instead of taking with the... So I've got a couple options here, I guess. I could go queen here, threatening some kind of move, like here or something like that. This would be a real easy way to stop that, though, and then I would not really have anything better to do. So the other thing I'm thinking is knight here is actually putting pressure on the bishop. Queen, though, putting pressure here, moves the knight, putting pressure here even. Wouldn't move the knight, though, because then that's a free queen, so... Do I try to initiate this trade? And I could push this pawn up, attack this pawn. There's a lot to consider here. Man, this king is just wide open. I don't know how to take great advantage of that right now. Yes. Okay, so queen, take, putting pressure on the bishop, forces the bishop to move. Then I can maybe go knight here, and then potentially create some kind of fork situation. I'm going to go queen. I'm going to force him to do something. I was just looking actually at any tricky. Glad I moved my king. We would have had a very tricky fork there. Okay, so he's happy to trade. So we're still even on pieces here. Like I said, something like here pushes here. He's probably will spot the fork. There's nowhere he can move his knight or bishop to block something like that, though. So that's good. Yeah, if he tries to push me out, then I go here. Okay, finally castles. Knight's in danger. I could bring my rook over to defend the knight. And then I could think about like doing this trade. I see a pin on this bishop. I don't know if I can take advantage of that right now. See, I see I don't want to leave my knight hanging. There's a check here. Move the king. If I could get my knight here, create a check, and then boom, fork, that could be pretty powerful. Oh, no, there's this bishop here. Drat. But yeah, like I see a move like this, and I think about a nice pin. Not something I can really take advantage of right now, I don't think. Unless I could then do the knight-knight move, like get my bishop defended and then do that. I don't see a great way to defend the bishop. Close to 5 minutes. What's his next best move? That's what I need to think about. He's probably going to bring one of his rooks over, maybe. Bishop to attack this rook, something like that. I would like to double up if possible. And maybe I could do that here. I could go something like this. Putting a lot of pressure over here where his king could be threatened by checkmate. Because his rooks are on this side. So I'd like to attack from this side if possible. So liquidating is an option. Man, it's tough to know what to do. And I don't want to run too low on time. I would like to get rid of his other bishop. I think then I can never move here. But maybe I don't need to move there. Gotta do something. Got to do something. Man, I really don't know what to do. Better to not waste too much time. Man, I have a feeling like I should be doing something like this. So I'm going to defend. That was a lot of wasted time. I don't I don't love how much time I just spent on that. I'm sure there was like an obvious right move. I just having a lot of trouble seeing what to do there. I think he understands that he can't move this bishop, and then if he even if he pushes the pawn, I can do a take for, well, I'll do a take for free. So I think he understands that the bishop is staying there, because then if I do something like this. Okay, so this is definitely a move. Could I block with the knight? Not a great idea. Okay, so maybe I should have taken the... I was actually trying to prevent the bishop from going here, but I didn't think about it just coming right there. So that's fine. Maybe I'll just push this up. Hang on. Knight here. That's now 2 attackers. But then I can just push this pawn up and create another defender. So maybe here. And yeah, I mean, if the knight wants this pawn, that's fine. The problem is, if I'm not careful, I'm going to pin my own knight, because if I move it, he takes for free. Okay, seems like defending wasn't the best option. Created a pin on myself, and I let this this bishop basically put more pressure on me. Okay, so now knight attacking. So if I go here, shoot, this is a tricky situation. Where's this knight going next? Here? Oh, not there. Here or here. I guess that's my move. Well, now my rook is defended at least, so I'm no longer pinned necessarily. I do expect this move to come, but then I can just take here. Or I guess I thought about that move might come. Now I don't expect it, because it seems like a not very good move. 2 minutes left. Here, push, here. Want to be mindful of forks from this tricky knight. Yeah, playing these games more and more, I'm definitely noticing a pattern where I feel really comfortable in the beginning of the game, feel really confident about moves, but as soon as we start getting down to, like, I mean, even just the middle game, but especially the end game, I really struggle with figuring out what to do. So it's good for me, because at least I know that those are the areas I need to focus on. A lot of the course in the beginning is very opening game heavy. So, you know, teaching the different openings for white and for black, and those are super useful. And I think as I play more, I'll get more comfortable, like, setting up for the middle game and such. But these middle and end games are really tough for me. This is where I sort of throw it all away. I didn't really have any advantage in this, or any piece advantage in this game. Okay, why this move? Defending this pawn, and then doing something like this, attacking. So you'd have two defenders, and I have only, sorry, two attackers, and I only have one defender. Wait, no, I have two attackers, he has two defenders. Words are hard. I could push this pawn up and move this knight out of the way. Like, I feel like he's coming here next. And if I take, he's going to take with the bishop. Ooh. I think the right move for me is to, I think this is what I want. So if he defends here, I take with the knight. If he defends here, I take with the knight and then take back, but then I can take this rook for free. Obviously he can move the king, but I don't see any other way he can defend this knight. Here. But then this is a free, and then he can defend the knight. Yeah, okay. But that's still a pawn for me. Looking for any trickery here. Okay. This is still good. He's got to defend the knight now. Or move the king, or, well, he's got to defend the knight. Something like this, maybe. No, that's no good. Yeah, here or here, it looks like. But then I can just come, no, and then if I come back, wait a minute. I just realized he could have just taken the knight. That was his best move, take knight. If I take, he gets my rook. So that was a blunder on my part, but thankfully he didn't take advantage of it. Like I said, these in-games are tough. Okay, so I got a minute left. I see a take and a check here, so that's good. If he moves closer, I got a really nice potential fork. If he goes here, I don't know what I'll do. Yeah, that was, I think, the right move for him. 1 minute left. 1 minute left. I think I just got to get the knight to safety. I've got this move. Just to bully the king a little bit. That's an option. Okay, what's he want? He wants the bishop or the pawn? I don't know. He probably wants... I don't know what he wants. "30 seconds. Ah! Don't know what to do. Could trade knights with him. Let me put him in check. I want to create some extra pressure here. I'm actually pretty close to checkmate, I think. Well, maybe not. If he plays perfectly, then almost certainly not, but I feel like I definitely should have taken this bishop when I had the chance. I wonder if in the analysis that will show up as the right move. Okay. Okay. 12 seconds, 12 seconds. Thinking. Attack the knight. Take. Oops. He takes. I take with the rook. He can take my pawn if he wants. And then I come here, and that'll be not checkmate. Honestly, if he takes my knight, I go here, check, boom, here checkmate, right? Right? We'll see. Take the knight. I see what he wants to do. Takes, I take, he comes down. Take, block, move. If I can get him to delay one move. Take. Ooh. That's pretty tricky. Okay. Tricky. What's he got next? $20. Okay. Shit. I don't know what to do. It's close. I don't know how to narrate this. It's shit. I know I'm close. I don't know how to finish this though. Here, I think, is what he wants. No, if he goes there, then I take with the pawn. Oh, I don't know where he can go. Sorry, I just realized that, like, mega time crunch, not narrating here. For me at least, mega time crunch. I just not quite good at thinking fast enough yet. Okay, taking his time now. Yeah, that's a good move, but now I have his bishop. He can take the pawn, but he's getting into trouble. He's getting into trouble. 24 seconds. He needs to come down. If he goes up, he's in really big trouble. Okay, yeah, going down. Maybe I can force him to go up again. Maybe I can just get some time back by getting a few checks. Yeah, I like this plan. I'm just going to get some checks in. Okay. Let me just think. Oh, he's trying to get on the other side of this pawn. Oh, this is good. Now I have... Oh, let me just be careful. Yeah, this is good. Now... I don't know anymore. I think this is good. I want to take this pawn. He can move the king. Yeah, I expected the check. And then I can bring my king into the game to help out. I've got 2 rooks against 1 rook, so I should have a pretty good advantage. Okay, he wants to trade rooks. I'm willing to do that. I just realized too, I don't quite have a passed pawn, but if I go here, then now I do. There's nothing he can do. And I want to be mindful here too about, I don't want this king to be able to come in, and I don't want this pawn to be able to push any farther. Yeah, I think simplifying the rook helped me because now I have just a clear path to promotion, and then I should be able to just kind of clean up from there. There's definitely a lot of pressure in the endgame with the rooks, especially when time is limited. If he comes near my rook, I'm just going to get the rook out the way. Okay, I see what he's trying to do. I don't think there's anything he can do. If he goes here, I take. If he takes back, he's stuck. So if he comes here, yeah, I don't think there's anything he can do. 2 pawns against 2 pawns. Push pawn, take. Don't think there's much he can do here. Just come in and take this next. Try to get my king out of the way here. And if he comes in closer in here, I can just now push the queen in. Oh, man. Yep, okay. That's pretty fitting. I screwed up big time. I guess here would have been a checkmate. Or no, it wouldn't have been checkmate. Would it have? No. Well, ouch, stalemate. So pretty good accuracy for moves, it looks like. Let's, oh, this is interesting. This all looks new. Let's jump into analysis and let's see, whoops, let's see what I did wrong. So we'll go through the opening. It's saying that this is all right. It looks like pushing a pawn is better, but I'm fine with that. Obviously this move came, so maybe that's kind of why doing this would be better, because then I don't have to move my my knight. So I'll remember that for next time. It doesn't like me doing sort of the rest of the Vienna opening, so probably these next couple moves it's not gonna like. It wanted me to liquidate the knights there. We had a lot of questionable moves on both sides. Interesting. So pawn push, Yeah, I guess. I thought the bishop block was good, but, well, I don't know. I could kind of see how, like, maybe it'd be too early to bring in the queen. I'm not sure. Let's keep going. I'm not too upset about any of these moves so far, though. Interesting. Queen here to threaten taking on this square, I guess. It didn't like the queen trade, but I thought it looked all right. But you know, and not questioning the chess engine or whatever, but just I'm not too unhappy with any of these moves. So here, it did not like this move because I left my, this was when I just left my knight completely unguarded. He didn't see it though. It's calling this a great move. I guess that's the only good move here. It doesn't like this move. Yeah, creating another attacker on the knight. I can see that. I thought the free pawn was good, but oh well. And you know what? I don't remember why I did. Oh yeah, just to put the king in check. At this point, I was only up a couple pawns, so maybe the trade would have been good there. What is it suggesting? So, oh wait, sorry, this is the move. Take, rook takes, and then move the rook into check. Missed win. Interesting. We just had, a lot of back and forths here. Ooh, this was a free bishop. Yep, and I think that's why it wanted me to liquidate, because when I move this knight, this is a free bishop. Didn't see it, so he didn't either. Still got a free bishop there. I realized I gotta get the heck out of here. It seemed though like this was not his best move, because now I get the knight, or the rook. I don't know. So I guess my endgame play here was pretty good. I don't see any blunders through the rest of the game, except my very oh wait, sorry, let me just see this move. So here it doesn't like this. Why? Because maybe now if he goes here and I go here, I think it has something to do with like maybe the king can get to this pawn in time if I don't block his access first, but it doesn't like this move. But anyways, we all know what happens in the end. Stalemate is so tricky, so tricky. So here my best move, it says queen e2. Yeah, basically just like the king and queen checkmate at this point. I could have just got him here, moved the king here, and then checkmate. Oh well, you win some, you lose some, and you stalemate some. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.